Hi, I'm John and welcome back to my Lair of Action Figures. Today's video is going to be a bit of a special one. Normally I would be doing this week in action figure news, but there's not much in it, and I wanted to talk about some G.I. Joe classified stuff and also going to be talking about what is going to be my opinion about the biggest fiasco that Hasbro is going to have for 2026. Now, I know that this title seems a bit clickbaiting and I haven't shown anything for now, but I really want to do this video because I believe Hasbro is going to run into a lot of problems with this item, and I believe they might lose a lot of money and it could be very sensitive as a subject. So, what do I believe is going to be the biggest fiasco of 2026 for Hasbro? And it's going to be this thing. So, of course, you will know that this is the Arctic Hiss tank. Of course, this is not the one in the classified line. This is the one from the 25th anniversary that I have. I've got many of these, and they're sitting in the storage in one of the depots that I have, with some of my other 25th anniversary lines and some of my other parts of my other collection. So, of course, the reason behind this video is because I made a video a little while ago talking about how the Hasbro backed itself in a corner with the fact with making the hiss with the snowcat. So the video did pretty well, and I was kind of accurate on what I said. I was saying that Hasbro would back themselves in a corner. Why did they do it? You can go and check it out. I will put it, we'll link it at the end of this video. And personally, I was saying that Hasbro really backed themselves in a corner by not releasing the Hiss tank as a general release and going for more exclusive with the HasLab. So, of course, Hasbro did some streaming with Instagram, and one of the most interesting videos, I will be making a video about it, but I will be doing it for something else that I really think that we need to talk about, and especially that video will be dedicated to Emily and Lenny, because there's a lot of stuff that they need to sort out. So, anyway, that's going to be for another video that I'm going to be making, because there's a lot of stuff that Hasbro needs to correct. Now, of course, you're going to say, but why is this going to be a fiasco? So, if you remember, well, the original Hiss tank that came out nearly sold 27,000 pieces worldwide. So, the exact number is 26,772 from the information that Hasbro provided. Again, is it true, not true? There were some who were sold later on, but let's call it 27,000. So if we roughly say that there's 27,000, there's some new people who added themselves, there's some people who removed themselves from the classified line, and there's a lot of people who are coming and joining and are not very happy because they missed out on a lot of stuff and it became pretty hard to get. So, of course, you had a time period right to the 4th of January of this year to be able to order this one or pre-order it, and it's going to ship out in December. Now, if I'm going to give a rough estimation, let's say that Hasbro decides to sell 30,000 of these vehicles. Now, if they do sell 30,000 of these, and let's say right now on eBay there's not many of them for sale, who's a bit surprising. Just found somebody who was selling 5 of them, and he's selling them for $399. Of course, the original price is $199, but that does not include shipping. Does not, maybe, well, if you're a Hasbro Pulse member, you don't have the shipping, but that does not include taxes. So let's say he's making about 100 per vehicle, or a little bit more when you deduct all the fees and everything that comes with the selling on eBay. So currently there's 5 of those sitting there. But again, I'm already reading about some people having buyer's remorse, and again, what are going to be your financing at the end of 2026? You don't know how the year is going to evolve. What is going to be San Diego Comic-Con? What is going to be HasLab's G.I. Joe vehicle for 2026? What other big stuff is Hasbro coming out for 2026? For now, we still have to wait and see, but we do have some digital renders and other stuff coming around, and we will have more news around the 14th to the 17th of February due to the fact that we will have a live stream. But now, for now, we're going to have this issue over here. Now, for me, when I was talking about it and I made the videos, for me, there's a huge issue with this vehicle. Hasbro did not take any deposits. Now, when I was running a shop, I can tell you deposits became an obligation because when you had people ordering stuff, sometimes had the eyes way bigger than the stomach and couldn't go through and eat everything they ordered. The problem is, for a shop or even for Hasbro, this could mean a lot of money. Now, let's say if we have 30,000 pieces of these vehicles who have been ordered worldwide, and let's say there's about 10% of people who cancel their order. So that's still 3,000 off that. So if you really think about it, that's a suggested retail price of $600,000 of unsold HISS tanks. So that is a lot of money in the economy that we're living in. And not only that, it is going to be a lot of stock and storage place. And if they're going to be storing in LA, I understand that they do have some facilities, but having 3,000 pieces, maybe more, maybe a bit less, but it still takes up room, and that's going to be a high price going. So is this vehicle going to end up being sold by other distributors? But what about the people who purchased it? And like I said, the person on eBay who has 5 of them did not pay a deposit. He's seeing his sales not moving. Does not cost him any money to have it on eBay. So if this thing is now not selling, what's going to happen? Well, I'm going to cancel my order. If I'm not seeing the sales going for this vehicle, well, I'm going to cancel them. And of course, like there's no cancellation fees, well, Hasbro is going to be eating a lot of it. So that's why I truly believe that we're going to end up having some issues with this vehicle itself, and sadly it's going to be not doing as well as it should be. So that's why I strongly believe that sadly this vehicle is going to leave a bad taste in Hasbro's mouth, and of course this could also create problems for future releases of non-HasLab vehicles. Or will they just chicken out and say, well, we're not going to do any more bigger vehicles in this kind of way due to the fact, or they're going to say, well, if somebody wants something, we're going to start making people pay deposits. So that was the video about my fears about this vehicle being a huge flop, if we can call it, for Hasbro. I know that it may seem weird, but again, when we're talking about so much money and all the possibilities of people cancelling without having any fees, this is going to be a huge issue for those companies. And like I said, Hasbro is only the one behind. And again, we will see what they have to do about it, and I would be kind of curious. Let me know, do you have bioremorse? Did you pre-order more than one to be able to try to resell it at a later date? Are you part of the bioremorse? Do you know, or certainly now are regretting that you've purchased it and saying, oh, I prefer to wait, or maybe that I ordered too many, and instead of having, I saw some people like 8. So let me know in the comment section. Let me know what's your status about it. Do you believe, like me, that this could be a big fiasco and a big money loss for Hasbro? Let me know in the comments section, and let's start a conversation. So that's going to be it for my preview of the biggest flop of 2026 for Hasbro. If you like this kind of videos, please leave a like, share, comment in the section. If you have any suggestions, let me know, and I will see what I can do. Go and check out my Facebook page and Instagram. I have uploaded some new pictures that I have done, so if you want to go and check it out, there's also more news about other stuff going on over there. Some of this stuff I have for sale, so go and check it out. The links are in the description. And until then, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in my next video.